Yeah, I don't know why my hotkeys aren't working. I'll begin the stream in a moment. Let me go ahead and publicize this. Yeah, none of the hotkeys are working on Planescape. Fuck, I can't even mute my mic. Oh well. God, I love this music. It's one of the best soundtracks from the RPGs of the 90s, honestly. Let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. And where we left off was in the mortuary, heading to the exit, I believe. Except not really. We just unlocked the stairs down. So, let's go down. And I should probably do my intro. This is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my live stream playthrough of Planescape Torment. We are just cruising through the morgue, where there's a lot of zombies. Okay. And as usual, this is a text-heavy game, so forgive the, well, the constant narration. This doddering corpse has had his eyes sewn shut as well as his mouth, and the number 732 is carved into its brow. The threadwork that keeps its ocular cavities sealed looks extremely old, and you wonder if the eyes were sewn shut before or after the man's death. You note he is carrying a huge tome in his hands, as if taking it somewhere. I will take it from his hands. You carefully take the tome from the corpse's hands, and it doesn't seem to notice. The tome appears to be a book of enchantments and wards. It is filled with diagrams and charts detailing various aspects of the necromantic arts. The book itself is extremely heavy. As awkward as the zombie is, it must be extremely strong. Alright, and I will examine it again just to see if there's anything else I can take. And, nothing much. We'll leave it in peace. Now let's see what that got me. Man, my inventory is almost full. Tome of Bone and Ash. This worn, leather-bound tome lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeletons, bones, and the manner by which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. Apparently, the dustmen animate corpses of fallen giants to serve as guardians for the mortuary. To make them even deadlier, armoring enchantments are woven into their breastplates to help shield them from attacks. This book is much too complex for you to absorb all at once, but it looks as if you can refer to certain sections when the need arises, which means I am going to need this book. I don't know, I guess, like, if I'm reading that right, that means that it'll expand as I encounter shit. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't even know they could do that in this game. Okay, I've got so many, like, random bits and pieces here that I don't even know if I need them. Well, let's continue on our way. You know what? I'm going to start handing off all of my shit to Morte. Like, all of my notes and crap. I'm kind of torn as to whether to keep Morte in the party. Morty, whatever. Because, to be perfectly frank, I'm not sure that I like him very much. He's kind of annoying. I keep my important books on me, give all the notes to Morty, and just sort this shit out. Need another party member just to carry shit.
I'm gone.
Hey, let's continue on our way. Let's look at the map of this place. Stairs up to second level, Southeast Memorial Hall.
I'm gone.
Well, if I remember right, I'm supposed to go to the northeast,
I'm gone.
or the northwest Memorial Hall. What does this show? This looks like a large tomb. The marble surface gives it a rather elegant look.
I'm gone.
Okay, is there more down here? There's gotta be more down here. Yeah, and I keep expecting to do the whole mouse over thing, or I keep expecting like the Alt tab and the Tab to reveal shit, but I forgot this game doesn't have that. You gotta mouse over everything. Just peeling back the fog of war. Trying to avoid the dustman when I can. Oh, there's a giant skeleton. That's one of those guardians I just heard about. Head up here.
I'm gone.
Man, I didn't think it would be so hard to break out of a morgue. What are you? You see a male corpse with the number 331 chiseled. Okay, he's got nothing for me.
Alright.
There's nothing for me to loot down here. You there, hold. No, thank you.
I'm gone.
No, you're gonna leave me alone.
I'm gone.
I'm gonna, like, just do a run past. As soon as I break line of sight, he should run back. There we go. Thank God. Alright. Because I really want to avoid getting caught by the dustman. Okay, random
Chief,
woman's corpse.
If I don't come back, it's because I'm gonna be dying the little death with that zombie shit.
Thank you for your commentary, Morte.
I'm gone.
Morty or Morte? I think Morty.
I'm gone.
And this is a memorial hall with the key that I needed, or that's the portal I need to take out. What's this? This tomb looks like a large. This looks like a large tomb. The marble surface.
Done. All right.
This looks like somewhere I should be. Oh, here we go. Dayonara. You see a strikingly beautiful beautiful ghost form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker.
You. What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
Uh-oh. Do I know you? The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of the mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches her arms out. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dayonara must evoke some memory from within you. I think I feel the stirrings of memory. Tell me more. Perhaps your words shall chase the shadows from my mind, Dayonara. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memories shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. Do you know who I am? You are one both blessed and cursed, my love. You are one who is never far from my thoughts and hearts. What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent. Look at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I know that you once claimed you loved me, and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believed that, never knowing the truth of who you were, what you were. And what am I? I cannot. She suddenly freezes, and she speaks slowly. Oh shit, hold on a sec. Damn it. I thought I'd turn that off. You know, anybody can answer this at any time. Okay, where was I? God damn. As if her voice frightens her. The truth is, you are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal. And in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. So kind of like the Watcher from Pillars of Eternity, maybe. Except limited to only those people who die near me. As Dionara speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles, and in turn, giving strength to your bones.
Gained an ability.
Oh, a new ability. And you know Dionara is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies you and intrigues you. Let's see. You have remembered how to raise others from the dead. To access this ability, select the Special Abilities button in the Quick menu. You can only use this on party members that have died in your presence. It will not work on anyone who does not travel you, and it will not work on party members you remove from the party while they are dead. So, I get a raise dead special ability. I
Updated my journal.
Questions. I can ask her who she is, but I think that would just piss her off. Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why, you are here with me, my love, as in times when life was something both of us shared. Now it is the eternal boundary that separates us. And that's just the barrier between, like, this particular brand of death and the next one. Answer some other questions. Can you tell me where... No, I already asked that. I need to escape this place, that portal over there. I apologize for my request. I did not mean to offend. I know how to leave. It's that portal right up there. Who are you? That's funny. Okay, I've already been through that. Alright. And I will bid farewell to her for the moment. Oh, hold a moment. I learned much while I traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost, I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. And what is it that your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us. Glimpses of things yet to come swim across my vision. I see you. I see you as you are now, and what is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead for you. It ripples through the plain, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Certainly. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return, that you'll find some means to save me or join me. I will swear I will find some means to save you or join me.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the planes. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer. I know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Okay, this is interesting.
Updated my journal.
Oh, I thought it was going to be more voiceover, but no. Just... Okay. I do not doubt your abilities to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. All right,
I shall wait
will
for
take
you
my
in
leave
Death's
now.
halls, my love.
And, there we go. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Spirit? That specter I was talking to. The woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where? She was right on top of the beer. Didn't you see her? She's, like, still there. No, you just kind of drifted out for a bit. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried you'd gone addled on me again. Nah, I'm good. Let's move on.
All right.
So let's head out into the city proper. Now that we've got our portal and everything. Uh-oh. Am I being chased? Apparently so. Alright, what is this place? The brazier is long run dry of oil, only ashes remain. Okay. The sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone. I guess I can't get back the way I came. This just leads us out. And into the city of Sigil. Now, as far as lore goes, the city of Sigil sits on the spire in the middle of the Outlands, I believe. In the middle of all the outer planes. It's basically shaped like a donut with the city built on the interior, or the exterior as it were. I think it was actually the interior. So technically speaking, it's very large for a city. As I've said in the previous episode, it's the city of doors. Like any archway or any kind of random passageway can turn into a planar gate if you happen to have the right thing on you. And then you just basically got a very Victorian steampunk-based city, but with high magic. Hive Dweller. The man frowns as you approach. I've no time to be rattling my bone box with strangers, Cutter. Besides, not generally safe to do so in the hive. Right? They call it the hive because it's like a beehive almost, or whatever. Just
I'm gone.
Buildings everywhere. There's a dustman. Let's look at the map, shall we? The hive. So I've got the open tomb. That's where I came from. Angier's house, whatever that is. Southeastern portion of the hive. Gathering Dust Bar, that's where the dustmen kind of congregate. The Alley of Dangerous Angles. To the northwestern portion of the hive. The Dustman Monument. The Mausoleum. Shalander's Kip. And the mortuary. I do not want to go back to the mortuary, but I will check out the Dustman Monument. Let's head in that direction.
I'm gone.
Looks like the Dusty's lost one of the deaders.
Okay.
Hey, Cough.
Anna. You see a striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken from the skin of some creature, and a horned shoulder piece protects her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail that is flicking back and forth as you watch. Hike off. The girl ignores you. I'm looking for someone named Farad. Do you know where I can find him? I might say more if you sweeten the question, Alright. Jink. She means money. Oh. What the skull said. Hard coin. Alright. How much? How much is it to you? How about 10? That enough? Or how about 20? Aye, alright then. Look for him in the alley, spireward from the mortuary. That's to the south and west of the mortuary. Okay, so the alley of dangerous angles. Thanks.
I've never seen something so ugly I've not.
Done.
You know what? If I
Well,
provoke her,
what
what happens? You know you've got a tail? Do I now? So I do. And here I was thinking that it was a trick of me eye. My, aren't you a sharp cutter? Why don't you piss off to whatever hole you crawled out of and leave me be? Alright, I was just... That's just as well neither you nor your tail are for sale. You couldn't squeak out a living with them anyway. What are you on about, you blighter? Say it again. You said you couldn't make a living selling yourself? He said, and I disagree, that you couldn't make a living selling yourself. What's all this now? You trying to be so... Okay. I'm gonna try and piss her off, because if I remember right, that actually unlocked something with Morty. Alright. You said you couldn't make a living selling yourself? Oh, aye, and it's good I sell corpses then, aye? You looking ready for the dustman's furnace, skull? Oh, this is actually just something else. Aye, the dustmen pay a little jink for anyone willing to scrape debtors off the street and bring them to the mortuary. This is me territory, though, so don't you even think about fishing for debtors here. Your territory? Aye, my territory. What, is the gulf between your ears so wide that my words echo? You ask too many questions, Scab. Pike off and it'll someone else with your questions. I just had one more question. Bar that, I have nothing more to say to you, Bert. You better watch your tongue, girl, or it's coming off. You better remember that if we speak again. Alright.
I've never seen something so ugly I've not.
Well, I'm not trying to piss her
Well,
off with my
what is
main
it?
character. I'm trying to piss her off with Morty. Forget him? Okay. That's not what I'm trying to do. Hold on. I'm gonna do this until Morty goes off into it. Okay, he didn't say anything, but I'm still curious. Why do you have a tail? Are you daft? Can it be that you're dumber than a stone, or mayhap you're the power of ignorance? Maybe the Davus brick over ye and make ye a street. She's a tiefling, Chief. She's got some demon's blood in them. They got some demon's blood in them that makes them paranoid and defensive. Nice tail, though. Shame it's plastered on such an ugly body. Whoa, now. You better latch your bone box, you filth-mouthed mimer, before I splits it from your jaw. Why don't you try and split my jaw? All I'm hearing is a lot of chatter from some hive trash. Throw a punch, I dare you. I'll bite your legs off. That's right. Leech your mimer, tard, or I'll bury him with his body. Alright, mimer, what are you talking about? Alright, a mimer is a talking encyclopedia. Alright, I'm gonna try and set her off again. Because this is... I remember this being much easier. He said... No, wait. Didn't say something... Hey, good one, Morty. Alright, I'm gonna try and encourage him to insult her.
Okay. Looks like the Dusty's lost one of the debtors.
Well, this is
Well,
not getting me anywhere.
what is it?
Just one more time. Okay. Well, I'm just going to leave her alone for now, because it's clear that I can't get anything out of her.
Can't find any debtors. Maybe I could gut a Dusty.
Alright, let's head up to the monument where I was headed in the first place.
I'm gone.
Actually, you know what? Let's talk to a harlot and see if Morty has anything to say, because he's always amusing when he speaks up. You see a tired-looking woman dressed in tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. Why don't you stay and chat with me for a bit? Okay. What good fortune. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to read all of this, so I'm just going to try and cruise through this and get Morty talking. And hello, welcome to the stream. I am basically doing the intro to Planescape Torment. Mostly just to see how the whole YouTube streaming thing works. Yeah, I'm trying to get a reaction from Morty right now, because I know there's at some point here you can talk and get him like in an insult match and unlock more insults for him. Okay. Forget it, I had some questions. Never mind. Chief, can you sport me some jink? It's been a long time. Hey, we're talking to a harlot right now, so Morty's of course going to chime in. I'm not going to even ask how you intend to accomplish this. The woman breaks in. It's twice the cost for the mimer or any other degenerate. Yeah, this is honestly, I've never finished it before, but I've got pretty far in it. This is honestly one of, like, if not the best RPG I've played in the past, among the top 5, so. Okay, don't sweat it. From the looks of her, I'm probably saving you from dying twice. May a pox shrivel your innards. You have the stinking fashion sense of a goat herd. And you're twice as ugly.
Alright.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Morty stares, hypnotized, as the harlot lets loose a stream of obscenities. At the end of the verbal avalanche, Morty is silent for a moment. Then he turns to you. Wow, Chief, got a few more taunts for the old arsenal. He turns back to the harlot, who is catching her breath. I'm also in love.
Slow Sigil Deus.
Yeah, Morty's got the whole insult special ability. If I ever remember how to use them. Let me see how to activate it. The only part I don't like about this game is the damn menu system. Okay, let's leave that for now. Off to the mortuary, or not the mortuary, the monument. Okay. You know, I wish there was like a hotkey where I could just pop up the interactables, but there's not. But everybody in here has a name, so it's worth talking to them. Let's talk to Sev Tai first. Alright. This woman's face looks broken and she is covered in scars. They look like bite marks and fingernail cuts. She is cradling the shreds of several rags in her hands and is staring emptily at the wall of the monument, at the names there. Just get your back. The woman's teeth peel back, displaying a row of black canines. What do you want of Sev Tai? What's the matter? What wrong? Those chaos men wrecked my cart, attacked me, and killed 3 of my sisters who tried to stop them. Not sisters anymore. Now they're nothing but names on this memorial wall. Okay, the Chaos Men are like the one of the factions. Hold on. Sorry, they're one of the factions, which I can't remember the whole list of. Damn it, I still can't remember the list of. Yeah, and you know, I'm playing the GOG version, which is, you know, they don't have an enhanced edition out yet. But I've got the widescreen mod, as you can see. I've got an interface mod. I've got some basic usability mods just to fix a few quirks of the game. So it's eminently playable still, even in this day and age. It's like the graphics did not age that poorly. Okay, I'm going to ask her about the Chaos Men. The Chaos Men, a faction, they says. What they are is an addled bunch that runs wild through the hive and does whatever they please. We never did no harm to them. Then they lope in like dogs and tear apart anything within their reach. Who are they? They're a Hiver gang. A bunch of addle sods. They call themselves the Starved Dogs Barking, or some such barmy nonsense. You know, I wouldn't mind penning some men in the dead book for some coin. You got the copper? We'll talk terms. A copper earring in your purse if you pen 3 of those murdering sods in the dead book. I'll see to it that they're put in the dead book. You tell me where they might be found. Go to the south gate, spineward from here, then walk around the block till you comes to a place where men run in circles, howling at the sig sky. They're the Starved Dogs.
Updated my journal.
Yeah, making my way through the slang is gonna be interesting. It's kind of based on Cockney, I believe, if I remember right, but not quite. You see a dustman with a crooked smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are as dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left, and he keeps it tucked to his side as if cradling a small child. The dustman's eyes slide over you. Name, the way he speaks the word, it sounds like the tolling of a bell. I don't know. No name, can't help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. Need to give a name if you want to see where it's died.
Updated my journal.
Given a name when you're born, and give it back when you need it no more. Death of names, death of names. Tell me a name and I'll show you the grave. Let's ask about Dionara. His eyes roll to the back of his head, then pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the wall of the monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. He then points to a section of the wall, buried. Examine the wall. Chiseled into the black stone in tiny cramped writing is the name you requested. It is almost lost beneath a sea of names around it. Doesn't tell me much else. Add another name. Let's ask about Dahl. He shakes his head. Not dead yet. That name is. Not buried here. Not time. Alright. Another name, Aiden. I have no idea where that came from. Not dead yet, that name is. Not buried here. Alright. Can you bury a name for me? He nods, then unfolds the small hand from where it is cradled at his side. It looks atrophied. It is the size of a child's hand. Cost Jink to bury a name. 3 coppers. I'm not going to fuck around with that just yet. I don't want to accidentally screw up anything I might encounter here. So where do I want to go next? So I know that Farad supposedly is in the Alley of Dangerous Angles, but I've got a sub-quest to kill some people now. And that is just south of here. But then there's these buildings I haven't gone into yet. Let's hit up the Dustman's Bar. Yeah, Dustman is one of the factions. The Harmonium is one of them. Chaos Men, the Sensates. Those are real fun. There's the one that's like they consider themselves the rulers, but they're not. Can't remember what they're called. Yeah, there's one, I believe, for each individual of the 9 factions of AD&D. And they vary in terms of coherence. This was developed, I mean, not this game, but the setting itself was developed during a time like when World of Darkness had just come out, and they had a lot of those, like the clans, and it was becoming a thing with RPGs. So I think that's the main reason they threw them into the original settings, to try and borrow some of that. Not that it's a bad thing. Now, I said I was going to go to the Dustman's Bar, but I lied because I just remembered who else is south of here. And that would be, the, oh, god damn it. The name of it totally slipped my mind. It's where you can get another party member. A damsel in distress. Okay. What's she talking on about? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go through and kill these starving dogs, or whatever. You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation and then notices you. Greetings. She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter, help me. Or help me, Cutter, please. They're killing my sister. Who? She looks around wildly. This drunken man followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please, there is no more time. Help us. Wait. First you said they were killing your sister, and now you say he is killing her. Which is it? She stares at you, unsure of what to say. I'm distraught. I made a mistake. Please help me. Examine the blood. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Although it does appear to be real, it is completely dried. It must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick to the blood stains and then back to you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her tone. You're mistaken, Cutter. Please help me. My sister lies dying while we tarry. You're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you. Yeah, one thing I'm noticing is that there's a lot of, like, dialogue options where the statement is the same, but whether it's a truth or a bluff, or a truth or a lie, is the only thing that differentiates them. She looks into your eyes and then glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously, and you see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people into an alley nearby. They're waiting there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Let me give you some advice. She gazes at you in silence, then nods her head. Don't pick someone like me as your mark. Choose some drunken fop who looks like he's never seen a battle in his life. And make sure he looks like he has more than a couple coins to his name. Now get out of here. She nods curtly and then backs away from you. She hesitates for a moment and then turns to leave. Thank you. She sprints off. But I know that I must be going in the right direction because people are being robbed. What is this place? Does it mark it on my map? Now my map's revealed. What the hell? First of all, it was Fog of War, and then it wasn't. Okay, where am I looking for here? Painted door to the Tenement of Thugs. Fell's Tattoo Parlor. The Smoldering Corpse Bar. That is where I need to go. Southwest of the Hive and to Kuatra's Warehouse. And I'm assuming a lot of these places are places I will need to go in the future. And I think I'm actually running a mod that actually just reveals every place in the city for me.
I'm gone.
Let me go to the Smoldering Corpse Bar. I'm going to metagame this a little bit and pick up another party member, or try to. Oh, fuck. Before I encounter these guys. My bad. I completely meant to get a party member before engaging in combat. Oh well. Yeah, with 18/00 strength, nothing's really difficult at the very beginning.
Damn it.
You get a more teammate. Way to contribute. Well, nobody got really damaged. Pick up some of their loot. And some more of their loot. Yeah, the combat music can end any time. Thank you very much. I think it's got to play at least once all the way through. And I'll talk to that harlot. That's not who I need. I thought she would say something different. Barking Wilder. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, snarling and giving low growls. It looks like he hasn't trimmed his hair in years. It's so long it forms a veil over his eyes. He has a long, stringy mustache caked with grease and sweat, and the tips of his mustache droop so that they have become tangled in his ragged beard. Greetings. The man stops in mid-snarl, and he reaches up to part the curtain of hair that covers his eyes. As his withered hand pulls away the dirty locks, several strange, puce-colored bugs fall from his hair and scatter across the cobbles. Behind the cloak of hair, the man's flesh is moon-pale and creased with wrinkles. His thick, bushy eyebrows form a V as he stares at you. And we take the moon to fly too. And is this the, is this one of the barking dogs or the starving dogs? You know, I talked to Anna. I did not actually try to pursue getting her just yet. I'm still uncertain as to whether I actually want Anna in the party. This is a reference to the question you tried to get Anna. I'm gonna try to get the Zerth in the Smoldering Corpse bar, and I know I'm gonna try to get Falls from Grace, and I kind of want to get Nodrum later on. And aside from that, I'm kind of lost as to who I want the rest of the party to be. That'll be, what, 3 characters, and you can have like 5 plus your main. I don't even know if I'm going to keep Morty. I'm not going for effectiveness, I'm just going for who I think I might have fun with. Alright. Okay, so he's a little bit he's a little bit addled, I guess. Tilt your head to one side as if studying him. The man frowns, but his eyebrows tilt upwards into a reverse V, creating a bizarre expression. You have no idea how he accomplished this facial expression, but it makes you uncomfortable watching the muscles beneath his face shift to a new pattern. You can't tell whether he's angry, curious, both, or neither. Singed kiss speak a man, answers a prefer a wood woman's heart. I'm not going to deal with him right now. Well, that's one tree with a snap branch too many. No sense in chatting with the Zeosex chief. They're a barmy bunch. The Zeosetex, like Chaos Architects. They're a faction who don't have any rules, except don't keep one thought in their head for too long. They're sometimes called Chaos Men, no need to explain why. How do they get members? They just seem to attract members like flies. Well, members that are crazy or chaotic enough, I suppose. I don't think that they have any recruiters, though you really can't say anything about them for sure. And I guess those are the 3 that I had to kill for money, so we will find out at some point.
Done.
How do I get in here? Got a drunk, got a couple high thugs. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute, I'm being attacked.
Done.
Time to earn some more money.
Die.
Okay, I got hit. Ouch, I got hit for like 9.
Die.
Come on, attack. Thank you very much.
Damn it.
They hit me for 9, I hit them for 20. Do I have some sort of regeneration, or am I going to have to bust out some healing stuff? I'll figure it out later. Rusty dagger. Don't even know I'm picking this up. Except maybe to sell at some point. And some copper commons. Let's head inside. This is the Smoldering Corpse bar. And that, Ignis, is another member you can recruit into the party. And I might take him on as a kind of temporary person. But first I'm going to get the Zerth. Alright. This is a woman with fading bruises on her face and arms, and a look of despairing longing in her sunken eyes. She might have been pretty once, but those days were long ago. She turns slowly to face you. Life pours into her features, and the spark of sardonic light that dances in her eyes now makes you wonder if your eyes were deceiving you. Welcome to the Smoldering Corpse, scarred man. And who are you? I am Drusilla, and you must be clueless. Don't ask me how I know that. It just shines off you. Shines, right. Answer some questions for me. Alright. What can you tell me about this place? Here? This is the Smoldering Corpse, though the person smoldering ain't dead yet. He's just keeping himself alive till someone comes along to help him out. Sods who like to see people in pain come here. Fiends like it. Folks who don't much care for being bothered come here too. The name alone keeps out most of the Burks.
Updated my journal.
The despair you saw on her face before flits across it again like a black-winged shadow before she masters herself. That's Ignis, one of the greatest wizards ever to come out of this slummy excuse for a cesspool. They caught him and they opened a channel to the plane of fire through him, and now he's just a doorway for it, keeping himself alive by force of will alone. If someone can douse him for a few moments, it'd give him back his life again, but they don't make enough water to do that. And what's your connection to him? Her voice practically throbs with a deep ache. I was Ignis's lover and he my beloved. He loved the flame more than me, and now he has become the flame. And because I love him, I love the flame. But that's all done with now. Now I wait for him to douse himself. I sell what little I have just so I can be near him. Okay. So, damn, man, he's like permanently on fire. That's gotta suck. I already know where the collector of named Thyroid may be. You can probably find him and his stinking ilk in the trash warrens on the far side of the hive. Good luck in getting any answers from him. He's a sly devil. Alright, I understand. Well, let me head up here first, then I'll talk to Ignis. Because I am seriously metagaming it and going for Dakon first. Wait, is somebody approaching me? The man before you is old. His dry yellow skin has the scars of one who has traveled everywhere and never rested long in any one place. His pinched face is inhumanly angular, and his ears sweep out from his skull, tapering to points. He wears a loose-fitting orange tunic, and a strange, shimmering blade is strapped across his back. The blade looks to be a two-pronged blade made of some metal whose surface swirls like a film of oil on a pond. And he's a Gith? I believe he's a Gith Zeri, right? Greetings. The man turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. He stares through you, and for a moment you wonder if he might be blind. The weapon suddenly turns a dead, flat black, mirroring the man's eyes.
Hail,
Are you alright?
traveler.
His voice is quiet and somber, like a wind whispering through the branches of a great...
Your eyes are the weight of one who has traveled far to be in this place.
You could say that, yes. I am known as Dakon. The emphasis he places on the word known strikes you as odd, yet familiar at the same time. You are not known to me. I do not know myself. That is for the best. In knowing yourself, there would be little in the plains left worth knowing. He falls silent for a moment, still studying you with his coal black eyes. I would know why you have come to this city. I am looking for answers. I have many questions. Speak your questions, and I will hear you. Alright, so I guess we'll start at the beginning. Your features are unfamiliar with me. A Gith Zere, yeah. I don't know why I called him Zerth. There's some bit of lore, like, right at the back of my head. Something about the Zerthamon or whatever. I believe that's who the Gith Zeri actually follow. I could be completely wrong on that. Totally wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. In fact, I better stop talking before I dig myself into a deeper hole. And here I am supposed to be like a, not an expert, but an encyclopedia of AD&D knowledge. A Gith Zeri is one of the people. Yeah, circular definitions. God damn it. Alright, yes, but what are the Gith Zeri exactly? Hold on. Just grabbing a drink. Dakon is silent for a moment, then speaks. Our history does not need to be made known to you. We would bleed to death on Time's blade before I recited a fraction of the histories of our people. I don't need to know your histories, but I would know of your people as they are now. Dakon is silent for a moment. Know this and accept it as answers. As an answer, we are the people who make our home on the shifting plane of limbo. With a deft motion, Dakon slips the blade from his back and holds it before him. And I gotta get that, and I've got a phone ring. Alright, sorry about that delay. It was kind of important. And that is actually my time call. I've got like about 15-20 minutes to wrap this up. I think I can do it. Okay. We are the people who make our home upon the shifting plane of limbo, and in truth they are. The Githyanki and the Githzeri are a split people. They were at one time humans or human-like creatures, enslaved by the Illithid for countless millennia. They were led to freedom by a Lich Queen, and then the Githzeri basically broke off and went to limbo while the Githyanki went to the astral plane. One of them's chaotic evil. The Githyanki are chaotic evil. The Githzeri, I believe, are chaotic neutral. Although in recent editions, they've moved more towards lawful neutral. Wait and see what happens. Alright. There we mold the matter of limbo with our minds. We forge cities with our thoughts. As you watch a series of rippling waves of metal begin to roll forth from the center of the blade, the pitch and crest of the waves match the inflections in Dakon's voice. In its chaos we dwell, with only our knowing to preserve us. We are the Githzeri. What is that blade you have? It moved, shifted in response to your voice. It is a Karak blade. It is an object that lets others know the rank of the wielder. And, what rank does it signify? The blade... Oh, the Zerthamon. There we go. That's where I was getting that from. Zerthamon is the guy that led the Githzeri to the plane of limbo, rather than following the evil Lich Queen into the astral realm. The blade is a symbol carried by the Zerth. A Zerth is one who knows the words of Zerthamon. In knowing the words of Zerthamon, they know themselves. Zerthamon? Zerthamon founded our race. He knew the Githzeri before they knew themselves. He defined the people. He gave them one mind. I have some other questions. You seem to place a special emphasis on knowing. What do you mean? All things, whether structure or flesh, their existence is defined by their knowing of themselves. And what if a man does not know himself? When a mind does not know itself, it is flawed. When a mind is flawed, the man is flawed. When a man is flawed, that which he touches is flawed. It is said that what a flawed man sees, his hands make broken. Do you know yourself? Dakon falls silent. His coal black eyes take on the same distance that you noticed when you first spoke. I ask again, do you know yourself? When Dakon speaks again, his voice has changed. His words echo like a great stone dropped into a chasm. It looks like he is forcing the words from his chest. It is not my will that you know this. Never mind, I had some other questions. Alright, do you know of a man named Farad? I am told he knows something about me. That one is not known to me. Alright. I have lost a journal. Do you know where it might be? He doesn't know. You tell me about this city. It is known by the name Sigil. Amongst the people, it is known as the city that does not know itself. It doesn't know itself? What do you mean? The city exists, but it does not know itself. It is not knowing itself. Its existence is flawed. You speak as if the city is alive. It may not be aware and know itself in the sense that you or I might know it ourselves, but it lives. It grows, changes, and touches the minds of all who live there. And why did you say the city does not know itself? The city exists in opposition to itself. It has set itself apart from the planes, yet it seeks to be everywhere at once. Its walls are doors, yet it keeps those doors locked. Such an existence tells of a thing that does not know itself. In not knowing itself, it is flawed. What if the city is not flawed? A thing does not need to be ordered and have purpose to know itself. Okay, what if the city is not flawed and you just do not know the reasons for its contradictions? There is an order in everything. Perhaps there is an underlying pattern that you cannot perceive, and this is where you choose between chaos and law. To your question, a question. What if the city is flawed, and you see its contradictions all around you? To your question, a question. You claim the city's existence is flawed. You have accepted this rather than explore the possibility that something greater may exist. That suggests you are flawed, and that you do not search for knowledge, but only a convenient answer. Dakon falls silent. There is no knowing the answer to the questions we have asked. Yet the city exists. That is all. Yet I would maintain that we know ourselves by the questions we ask and the ones we do not. If we cease asking questions and accept only what we can perceive, and experience gain, yay! Then we will cease to know ourselves. Dakon's voice has changed slightly and become heavier. Such words have been spoken before. I have heard them and know them. Where have you heard them? The words are mine. Once I knew them and knew their meaning. I had forgotten them until you spoke. Dakon's gaze travels through you, and his blade stops shimmering, bleeding of all color until it is translucent. There is a moment of silence, then Dakon looks up at you. I would travel your path with you. I'll accept. An extra
Your
blade
path
would be
is
welcome.
mine.
And wow, he's got a voice. He's just using it for like bare things. I've got my first additional party member beyond Morte.
I feel stronger.
Right, let's go. Let's take a look at him. Character record sheet. Anywhere? Record sheet. Statistics. Here we go. Dakon is a fighter mage. He's got 17 strength, 13 int, but he's way more balanced than I am. He's got nice dex, nice con. He is not a bad character. He is a neutral, lawful neutral. My main character is true neutral, and Morte is chaotic good. So this should be an interesting party then. I said I would talk to Ignis. But I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to talk to him next time, because I've got places to be today. I will continue to stream this as I can and attempt to do at least 2 episodes a week, probably more than that. This is on top of the other episodes which I have going in my other playthroughs, which you can take a look at on the channel. Remember, as always, if you like this, to like, comment, and subscribe for more RPG content. This has been the RPG Crawler. Take care, and goodbye.